Hi, I'm John McBride, and thank you for joining us on The Actor's View. Today, we look behind the masks. Today, I'm speaking with both Walter DeShields and Roberto Lombardi, who co-star in Masks, a new film from Back2ninety9 Productions visionary Charles A. Crispin III. Thanks for joining us today. First, what is the strangest thing a role required you to do?
The most outrageous, unusual character that I've ever had to play was a character named Johnny in a movie called Abduction, where it was this whole town of people that basically kidnapped tourists and either sold the tourist body parts or impregnated the females and sold the babies on the black market, or sold them into sex slavery. And I was kind of one of the little ringleaders in this movie, but I had to play the entire character as it was an everyday thing, no emotion, no regard for any humanity whatsoever. Nothing concerned this character at all except his own selfishness. So that was for me.
Wow. Kidnapping babies. Okay. The weirdest thing I had to play was actually on stage, and it was a play called Jeffrey, and so in the show, a lot of the actors have to play several roles. So Jeffrey was gay, and being gay wasn't the weird part, but so I had to play somebody gay, but I had to be a lot of weird, different gay people. I had to be like a cater waiter, which is a lot like an actor. And I had to play the boyfriend of one of the main characters. And so I had to kiss him. And that was interesting because it was the first time that I kissed a man. Yeah, it was, I don't know how I felt about it afterwards. You know, he was an attractive man, I must say. Nice cheekbones and a good sturdy chin, and he was strong. And so I felt the connection between us. But my friends in the audience, when they came out to see it, they were vocal. And if you know how black people are in the theater already, it was a little disruptive. So that was the kind of most interesting and different kind of personalities in that case that I had to play.
It's weird you mentioned that because I had to do that for an audition for a movie. I was going to play a gay doctor who has this woman's husband killed because he was in love with her. And at the audition, they said to me, "Are you going to have a problem kissing a guy?" And I'm like, "No." And then they're like, "Well, this is the guy that you're going to be playing with. Could you just, So I kissed this guy at the audition, and I guess that's what got me the problem with it. But the movie lost its funding, and we never made it.
So you never really got the kiss?
Not on film.
Oh. We could have used that.
Besides acting, what other training have you had, such as voice, dance, or stage combat?
So I don't share it with everybody these days, but I am a trained dancer. I started in high school in my freshman year. I even lettered in it. Yes, you can letter and dance. I was able to keep it from the rest of the school because I also lettered in track and field. So, and you could only get one set of letters, but it included my dance experience with our school's dance company. And I learned everything. I learned ballet and modern dance, jazz and hip hop and classical, African, everything. And I used it into college. I danced some in college. But it's not something that I wanted to focus on. The dance requires a lot of work. Now, when I was an exotic dancer, I employed some of those skills, and I had some really good tippers. So, but I don't dance anymore, but I am a trained dancer, yes.
How could I possibly I'm going to try, though.
I'm sure it's interesting.
I've had as far back as high school and in college, I had several acting classes. I've had 3 years of vocal training for singing, but more for rock vocalist, not like classical or anything. I've had years of drum lessons. I've had years of bass lessons. I'm a self-taught guitarist and keyboardist.
Wow.
I've recorded over 10 albums.
Oh, wow.
And what else have I done? And as far as I know how I do fight choreography as well too. I'm not like, I couldn't be a stunt performer, but I can do my own stunts and choreography. I've been taught how to do that.
That's cool.
Plus I have law enforcement experience. So I learned guns and combat training for films as well.
Casting directors, what else do you want? This guy does it all.
From either of us.
That's great. Wow.
Have you experienced any real-life actors' nightmares?
Well, I could actually fill up an entire 90-minute film with the experiences I've had with some actors and some directors having nightmare experiences on set. I did have one director threaten to throw me out a window once because I didn't do an aerobic choreography piece the way he wanted me to do it, and he just freaked and wanted to throw me out the window. But as far as actors, I've also produced a couple of films and casted a couple of films. I'm primarily an actor, but some of the projects I do some behind-the-scenes work, and I've had actors who refused to show up to finish the film unless they got top billing in the movie.
Okay.
I've had actors tell the director that they need to schedule all of their scenes together in a few days because it's too far to drive to set. I've had actors ask casting directors if they could come from Philadelphia to New York to audition them. I've had people who are actors on set make up their own lines that were not in the script because they felt they deserved to have more screen time and more lines.
This is great.
And I could go on, but I think I'm just going to turn it over the wall at this point.
Those are all too great. They're too great.
And they're all true.
He made them come and audition him. That's what they wanted?
Do you come to New York to audition me? It's too far on the train. Thank you very much. We'll be, we won't be in touch.
Absolutely. That's hilarious. When I came home from college, I was ready to go, and I was going to shoot anything. So I met this guy. He must have been a student at one of our local art schools. I won't say which one. And he was a comic book guy, right? So you know these guys, right? You're good guys. But this guy was like, he was into fan fiction, and he wanted to do his own Batman fan fiction.
Okay.
Right. So I'm cool with that. This is great. I've seen some great fan fiction work. So he says, this is where we're going to shoot. This is what time. It was January 6th. I'll never forget it. It was cold as balls outside. Mm-hmm. And so he had this scene where I was playing a police officer and I was talking to Batman. So, for some reason, Batman was in a garbage dumpster in downtown Philadelphia. Now, he had on the whole